Hey there, and welcome to Rewind's video series for all things cloud data. For most people, data loss isn't a matter of if, but when. Today, we're going to talk about how companies can lose data stored in the cloud, sometimes by malicious actors or buggy software, but most likely it's a human making a mistake. SaaS apps are becoming more popular around the world. It's just how businesses operate these days. A software development team is likely using tools like GitHub, Jira, Confluence, or similar tools. In this video, we'll look at who's responsible for protecting the data stored in these applications, and what you can do to recover it if it's lost. But before we start, we should probably address the first question many people have. If the data is stored in the cloud, isn't it already backed up? Well, the answer is, it depends, and it has to do with the shared responsibility model, which states that SaaS and cloud vendors take no responsibility for your individual account data. Here are some real-world examples of terms of services from commonly used platforms. These vendors back up their platforms. Yeah, but those massive backups include all of the data from all of their users. They're not designed to let people pick and choose what to restore. Finding and restoring your company data in this enormous data dump would be like searching for a needle in a field of haystacks. As you can see in this chart, depending on the service model, vendors have varying levels of responsibility for things like physical infrastructure, network, operating systems, and so on. However, the top two layers of the chart, user ID, authentication, and account level data, these are always the user's responsibility to back up and secure. By account level data, we mean all of the stuff people enter into those applications. Your source code in GitHub, tickets in Jira, spaces in Confluence. The data that your team and your entire company rely on every single day. Now, if you find this shared responsibility model a bit confusing, you're not alone. An Oracle study found that just 8% of CISOs fully understood the concept. Now, what would you do and your team do if something happened to your SaaS data? In this brief mock disaster recovery scenario, we'll go through two scenarios and the steps you typically follow when data has been lost. In scenario one, we have Shania, a systems administrator at a software company, and she's just discovered that an ex-employee deleted all of the data in their Jira Cloud instance. Everything has ground to a halt. Shania remembers that a co-op student built a backup tool a little while ago. All she has to do is find that data, and she'll be on her way. Unfortunately though, that co-op script had a syntax error in it, and it turns out no backups have run since 2018. But all might not be lost. A while back, Shania exported the Jira data as CSV files to her desktop. She gets to work, painstakingly re-importing her data. But she's about to learn that while backups seem easy, restoring that data, that's the tricky part. Since the CSV export, Jira's data dependencies and structures have changed. When Shania imports the saved data, she's presented with a jumble of nonsense tickets, tasks, and subtasks. Just nothing is how she expected it to be. After assigning a team to sort, organize, re-import the data, Shania can finally begin to recreate her team's workflows as they were at the time of that CSV export. But any changes made since that are unfortunately lost. How long does all this take? Well, it depends. But you can lose weeks putting all of the pieces back together. Let's go into our second scenario. Again, a malicious employee has deleted the company's entire Jira instance. But this time, Shania is prepared. She signed up for an independent third-party backup solution, and she initiates a full account restore of the company's entire Jira Cloud instance. After a bit of time, the company's data is repopulated, exactly as it was before. Account-level, granular backups ensure you can restore any amount of data, whether a single file or an entire instance was deleted. And if Atlassian experiences an outage, the data is still available because backups are stored outside of their infrastructure. Whatever your disaster recovery strategy is for your company, make sure you test that you can use your backups to restore the data back to your system without any errors. It's the best way to prevent headaches and the costs associated with downtime. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.